In this video, I want to talk to you about the epiphany that I had 2 years ago, which helped me completely change my life. And last year, I made just under six figures in income. That's US dollars. So that epiphany essentially was whatever happens, you'll be okay. And I came to this epiphany not on my own. I was actually on what we'll call a trip, okay? I won't say much more than that, but I was on a trip, right? And yeah, it was at a time 2 years ago. I was 24 and had been through a lot of kind of difficult adversities. I had two businesses. I had a family member recently die during the virus. I'd just been fired from a job that I'd literally moved to London for, a sales job, and I also knew I was probably about to lose my job again at this new job I was at because they were running out of funding. That was going to be imminent. So I was in a difficult space. On top of that, I was in about 7 grand's worth of debt, which, if you're American, that's about 10,000 US dollars, right? So my life was a bit of a mess at the time. And my faith in myself was probably at an all-time low because I tried all these things and I tried to do what I thought was the right thing, and it always seemed to kind of fail, basically. So yeah, me and my friend, we went on this trip one afternoon, and we were in the park, and yeah, I had this epiphany that whatever happens, you'll be okay. And this was a profound epiphany because, first of all, it wasn't coming from me. It was coming from a completely different place. It was coming from a higher place. It was almost like God was talking to me or the universe was talking to me, right? And I'm not here to preach about God or whatever, but it's like, I can only just say what was my personal experience. So this is just what I felt, right? The reason why it was so powerful to me was that the notion of whatever happens, you'll be okay is completely different to whatever happens, you'll be thriving, or you'll be rich, or you'll be a millionaire, or you'll be hyper successful, right? It's not grandiose. Whatever happens, you'll be okay. It's not grandiose. It's not inflated. It's not egotistical. It's just having like a silent trust and faith in the universe that whatever happens, you'll survive. Okay. And this kind of shift in thinking gave me the courage to pursue the opportunity that I'm currently on right now, which is high ticket sales, but in a commission, pretty much a commission only um, agreement, where I'm effectively a self employed contractor, okay? And at the time when I took on this opportunity with my friend Scott, we worked together as kind of like partners. And when I took on this opportunity, I was in an all-time low. I was in debt. I had been fired from a couple of jobs. I had a couple of failed businesses. So for me to be able to get a good job, like my CV was pretty shocking, to be honest with you. And I was also in London, having to pay London rent, which was £1,200 a month, right? So expensive. And very expensive for somebody who doesn't have an income, right? And I just remembered this piece of wisdom that I had on this trip of whatever happens, you'll be okay. And I kind of took it and I was just like, okay, this seems like the best opportunity for me right now. So I'm just going to trust that whatever happens, I'll be okay. And let go of this grandiose idea of needing to be hyper successful and having to control things and having your ego so invested in everything, right? Let go of all of that. I'm just gonna trust that everything will be okay and focus on the day to day of execution and let go of everything else because I can't control whatever happens out there, Like I have to almost like let go to kind of God or the universe whatever, and just trust that things will be okay. For so long, I always wanted to have everything. I wanted to be the young, successful guy. I wanted to be the guy who was making loads of money, had all the financial success, had all the status, right? So I pursued those things relentlessly. And every single time I tried to do that, I'd get beaten down. I'd get my ass handed to me. And I had so many expectations about how the world should be for me and how reality should be for me. And every time I pursued these things, I wasn't ready for them. And like the universe beat me down and I failed basically, right? And I think when we have so many conditions and expectations on the universe to be a certain way, you're setting yourself up for failure first of all. So instead of having this grandiose expectation of whatever happens, I'm going to be an absolute baller, I'm going to be an absolute like hyper successful person, right? That's not reality. Instead, if you replace it with whatever happens, I'll be okay, it means that when you do confront the unknown, when you step into a new business or you go through a breakup or a family member dies, all these bad things which are a part of life, right? Or you lose your job, as I did. You have this kind of stoic sense that, first of all, reality is not always going to be beautiful. It's not always going to be you winning constantly and you being hyper successful. It doesn't really work like that. And these things in life, these adversities are there to test you, to become a better person, to humble you, basically. And whatever happens, you'll be okay is like this kind of, almost like this anti-ambition, right? And it's not saying don't be ambitious, right? But it's like this anti-ambition of just like, I'm okay with things being okay, you know? And I'm okay with reality and how it is. And trusting that like when you do push yourself into the unknown, you'll end up all right in the end. Do you know what I mean? And that was a powerful lesson to me, and it gave me the courage to basically pursue what I'm on now. And again, last year I made 6 figures, which is more money than I've ever made in my life. And you know, when I left home, so I left London last May and moved home to my mom so I could save money just to sort out my financial situation. And I was about 7 to 10K in debt. I can't really remember exactly what I was, but I was a good few grand in debt, right? And now approaching this summer now, I plan to move out. I should have what will be around 40 to 50K saved up by then. And that's a dramatic change, right? And it just shows that if you have this faith that whatever happens, you'll be okay, things will turn out all right in the end. And let go of this kind of grandiose 3 to 5 year, 10-year vision of your life and how you're gonna be a multi-millionaire or a billionaire. You're gonna have this wife and this thing and all these things, right? Which obviously they're great, and if you can do it, amazing, right? But let go of that. Just focus on the day-to-day execution of what you need to do right now, and move forward. And just trust that whatever happens, you'll be okay. And actually, life might turn out better than you could ever have imagined as well. But it will only work out that way if you just let go and just focus on doing exactly what you need to do today to move forward, okay? So that was the epiphany which changed everything for me. Is that whatever happens, I'll be okay. And I plan to use it moving forward as I take more risks, as I try new endeavors, try new businesses, etc. Like I'm gonna take that mindset of whatever happens, I'll be okay, to kind of give me the faith that things will work out in the end, and let go of the outcome, let go of, you know, needing things to be a certain way, and not judging myself if things don't turn out the way that I expect it to be, and taking the lessons that come from those adversities. So yeah, I hope this video was useful. Hope you took something from it. Peace.